ready, set, go.
All right, so this is something I've been thinking about this week. Why are STPs so good at sales? So that's kind of the bait and switch title. I'm really trying to get to the SEFE, how they are the best at social value.
Right.
So the NETEs, they are best at understanding the what works spectrum.
Yeah, I get it.
So think about the emoji heaps or whatever. It's like they'll go in, if they come over to your house, they're going to, oh, you have an electric scooter. Oh, you have solar panels.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a cell phone. Like they'll figure out your shit, whatever tool it is, they'll figure it out. But then if you ask them, what's better? What's more popular? This product or that product? Like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have that spectrum.
I don't know, right? Yeah. The NEFEs are best at understanding the social spectrum.
Lana Wachowski.
Yeah, Lana Wachowski.
Yeah.
You were on the phone today with a lady that was FE-NE.
She just understands, what is appropriate, what's not appropriate, and that is where they're just,
But could she see which of her friends were losers?
Maybe not. I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not. Probably can't see which of your weirdo friends are going to be valuable in the marketplace if they're applying for jobs.
Sure. No. That's more Gary V's territory.
There you go. There you go. SEFE, FESE.
Yeah, where the crowd is moving physically in physical reality.
Popularity. The NEFEs, like they're not playing the popularity game like an ESTP is. You know what I'm saying?
Different.
Or they're not playing a popularity game like Gary Vee is. The NEFEs will come in and they'll figure it out.
Right.
But they're not playing this social spectrum on it.
They seem to understand these trends. They understand this cultural trend game. That NEFE thing.
Right. The SETEs, that's us. Like we are the monkey version. I love ours, by the way.
It's just works in reality.
Fucking A. Get out of my way. Keep your popularity.
Reality.
Keep your weird figuring out shit. Like I just want to know what is the best fucking screwdriver. What is the best tool? That's all I want to know.
What works in reality.
Yeah. And then so the SEFEs, right? And so again, if you have those both as a savior or one or the other or backwards or upside down,
those are your extroverted functions.
Right, those are your extroverted functions. And what we're seeing is traditionally the ESTPs or the ENFJs or whatever, they are really good at naturally knowing and seeing the social spectrum.
Yeah.
And so the social spectrum, especially when like you're applying that to jobs.
Oh my god.
Like that's where
what is your actual extroverted value?
Right.
Yeah.
What is your actual extroverted value?
You and I are like, oh, right.
Right. Because we're just thinking like, well, if I like you, then you're hired, and then just go do the job, and then what's the problem?
I know that's totally.
It just doesn't work that way.
I mess up.
Because it's like the SEFEs are like, no. What is your past experience the past couple of years?
What is your past experience and what value have you already built up? That's why, like, when you and I would get to, because we would go on the sites and we would look at all of these top sites that are, have a lot of people working for them. And then we would get to that one where they're like, you need 5+ years of experience. And we're like, well, that's dumb. I mean, even if they had 5 years of experience, that doesn't mean that they would do well. And then we just completely ignore that and not pay attention to why that would matter so much, because our FIs were just like, I don't care about that. Do you care about that? No, I don't care about that. Okay, cool, we're good. And it's like, no, the FEs are like, whoa, especially the SEFE. They're like, you will have better value because the market has determined you are worth this much. You actually do this much work and are worth this value because you have taken the work from your boss. And you have done that consistently over time, because businesses will decide that you stay there or you don't. And if you manage to work somewhere for fucking 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, that means you found a way to be valuable extrovertedly for the boss.
In physical reality over time.
Removing work from the boss, and you have earned that value, and the marketplace says, physically here in reality, you are this valuable.
Factual in the sensor and can prove it. There it is on paper.
Yeah.
And it's also why so many of the SEFEs, Gary Vee included, and Valuetainment guy, like he's the guy I've been locked onto right now, been obsessing over him. Like it's why so many of them, for fun, also follow sports.
I know.
Because they're looking at a basketball team and they're like, okay, Michael Jordan or whoever is the most valuable player, then they'll know who the value is. So they're constantly going, oh, did you see that this guy actually traded places? And everybody else, all the normal people are like, who fucking cares? What are you fucking doing? Like, how do you get so interested in sports? How could you sit on these fucking wooden bleachers for fucking 3.5 hours with fucking caramel popcorn all over yourself?
I don't
with some loud guy behind you yelling in your ear. How the fuck is this entertaining? And it's like it just seems to be like a leftover. They're doing that in the job market and the dating market. that they're then just doing it in the...
Also doing it in the football and stuff like that.
It's like an INTJ playing chess. It's like leftover NI, you know? And so it's like, oh shit, I can see that. So if I'm looking at like, say a job market or hiring or firing, or whether I want to work somewhere or somebody wants to work here or whatever, or say we're applying to like work with large companies.
And you are the conceptual football team looking for the recruitee.
Let's say you and I want to go and take our amazing whiz-bang skills and service to some, big business downtown. Do I have any idea what the fuck I look like on a social spectrum?
Compared to them?
I fucking better.
Right.
Shit, yeah. Like, because if there's some goddamn ESTP, they're going to look at me and size me up. Go, what are your numbers? What are you doing? Like, oh, you're a fifth-rate player. I'm like, no, I'm FI awesome. Like, FI. The fuck is that? Get out of here.
It's worthless here. Oh my God, right. Because they would very quickly. So if you are the football team and you're going out to recruit and some kid's like, I'm in high school and I'm really good on my high school team. And they're like, I don't care, compared to professional, let's say, baseball players, football players.
Right.
Compared to the professionals over here, your stats are irrelevant. Your stats are so low, I can't even see them.
It blows everybody out of the water.
Yeah.
It's the kids that we talk to on the phone. They're like, oh, I didn't even think about comparing myself to others. I'm like, no shit. Neither do I.
Didn't either.
The problem, 99% of the kids we talk to today have this attitude, bruh, I just want to find a job where I can do, what I want, bruh. And why don't they just pay me for that, bruh? Yeah, I totally forgot to compare myself to other people on the spectrum.
Because he was DI.
And I found this image here, like, NIFI is one of the worst.
Awesome bell curve.
Right. So here's how we see the social spectrum.
Oh my God, this is so funny. Me, super awesome, and Nazis all the way on the other side?
They should be brought back to life so we can torture them. I had to look up Jar Jar Blinks.
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar. I never watched that movie because I saw that freak on the cover. I'm like, oh.
I hate that.
If you guys went that direction on that movie, I ain't even going to fucking watch it.
My FI hates you for doing that.
Consume last, save me again. Where am I actually in the competitive job market? And it feels like that was something that was more obvious when we were kids. And I think now that everybody gets an 8th place trophy type bullshit, where we're all winners and mommy loves all of us.
God,
and I think that kind of shit.
Delusional. Yeah. One of the things that I keep seeing too is that you'll see these kids that will be fresh out of high school or even fresh out of college, and they'll go to Google and they'll be like, what do doctors make? What do wedding coordinators make? And it'll tell you like, oh, $100,000 a year, oh, $200,000 a year. And they'll be like, okay, so that's what I should charge starting out. I'm like, hello. Like, experience is like 10 years of experience is why they eventually work their way up to that position and that price range. Most people have no idea that when you first start out, you don't get paid until you earn those skills. You earn the experience, and that just traumatizes everyone. I remember because
they're judging according to their perception.
Right. Like I remember my college professor, one of my college professors said to me, she was like, here's the one thing that every college student doesn't know, that every real business can't stand about college students. And I was like, oh shit. And she was like, they're so unbelievably slow and they think they are awesome.
Right.
And I was like, fuck.
Right,
okay.
right.
Like, that's normal. You're going to get out of school thinking, I've got my degree. Now I deserve to go straight to the top.
That's like real life. They're like, fuck you. You're an intern for a year. Right. Like a real business.
Get the experience, earn it. And that's what's really hard for people is they want this shortcut. They want it to just be like, give me the ticket somehow.
I feel like you and I used to know this, and we have just gotten more and more delusional in our own self-judgment of I'm awesome says me type of shit.
Completely.
And it was the challenges of like, okay, the challenges we're having in the hiring department. It's like, oh my, it was like a wake-up call. It just felt like a typewriter that's like moving over to the side.
Our
like
stupid FIs.
You're like smack it to reset. Like, and it was this guy right here. So anybody that is like trying to see the social value, trying to see the social spectrum, how awesome are you really? Are you trying to get a job? Are you trying to move up in life? Like, this guy valued him. We've been watching him on and off for years.
Genius. He's
double masculine, great. SEFE. So it's SEFE all the way. Same type as CT Fletcher, same type as Gary Vee, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, flipping.
And just fucking damn good at what he does. And that is seeing the spectrum of social value.
A lot of times, a person coming up wants the kind of respect of a front runner, but you haven't earned it yet. So you'll hear things of people saying, well, I'm busy. Oh, I'm really busy. You'll hear this word, I'm really busy. I'm really busy. The word busy has 3 different categories in it. The first kind of busy is the facade busy. What's facade busy? You're a real estate agent. No one is talking to you. You don't have any clients. But no client wants to do business with a real estate agent that has a lot of time on their hands. So you have to say what? Well, I'm busy. You're bluffing the world. I'm busy. I got so many clients. I got so many appointments. Let me see if I can put you in at 2 o'clock. That doesn't work for me. I can do 3 o'clock. Oh, you know what? I just had a cancellation 3 o'clock. So people play this fake busy tactic that they play, which is fine if you're a newcomer coming up, but you can only do that for so long. Eventually, the goal is to actually become busy. When you are busy versus a facade busy, everybody feels the difference. They notice the difference. Forget about the language and what you say. People feel that you are really busy. Then third one is you're extremely busy. What does this mean? You used to do an hour and a half appointment. Now you're doing 30 minutes. Now you're constantly doing this. You're constantly doing this. You're constantly doing this. Used to be on a phone call that would be 45 minutes. Now you're asking if we can make it 20 minutes. Used to normally do an hour appointment. Now you're doing 10-minute appointments. Used to normally write a very, very long email. Now it's a simpler email because you are now officially extremely busy. You used to have 1 assistant. Now you have 3 assistants. Now you have an executive system. Maybe you're hiring a chief of staff, depending on what level you're at. So those are 2 things to keep in mind. Coming up, name in the marketplace, front runner, facade busy, busy, extremely busy. Depending on those 2, you can't be a facade busy wanting to get paid of an extremely busy person. You can't be coming up wanting to get paid of a front runner because you haven't earned that right in the marketplace yet, and the marketplace dictates what you're worth. So when you look at this, you today have to take a moment outside of the video and actually decide what you are worth in a marketplace, not what you think you're worth. It's kind of like, I think my house is worth $1 million. The market says it's $600,000. You can say your house is worth $1 million. No one's buying it. This is why a lot of homes stay in the marketplace for 2 years. It's been on the market for 620 days. Why? Because the owner thinks the house is worth the price that the market doesn't want to pay for. So you can say you're worth more, but no one's paying for it.
It's a nice night for a walk, Mr. Sir.
Hello, I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Terminations. Are you Jar Jar Binks?
C-3PO! Mr. So smiling to seeing you, sir, again. Don't you remember me?
My memory banks have no such information. I'm here to kill you.
Mr. No liking this. No, this is very, very bad!